people get involved in your campaign. They say, you know what, I love this woman. I love what she's doing. She's fighting for us. This is John Villarreal reporting for Conservative New Media.
I mean, the thing is, I think that you and I are literally the toughest fair interviews out there, definitely in California. I absolutely believe that.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I certainly hope so. And I've gotten this read, and it scares me because I don't want people to think that I'm just here to chew up candidates. It's not my purpose.
No.
But I want honest answers. Now,
that's what I always tell them.
You've said,
I don't do softball, I don't do gotcha.
You got the CD11 situation where you got David Harmer running now. He's the candidate.
Right.
I'm on record. I will not vote for David Harmer. I'm sorry. I will not vote for David Harmer. Do you know why? Because he is not a conservative. Now, already, the Harmer campaign people are listening to this right now. They're already having apoplectic fits.
Of course.
But you're not.
You're off the mailing list again now.
And you know how you know that you're not. And you don't want me to go into that yet again.
Well,
because the fact of the matter is, you either accept conservative principles and you live by them, or you don't. And if you don't, you're not a conservative. Does that mean you can't come back to them? And sure, you could, but then it's like, cheating in a marriage. You got to rebuild trust. You got to do those things. You got to get back to the thing. Once you get back to those things, maybe we'll talk. It's possible that Harmer could win, go to Congress, become an actual conservative. I don't see that happening. That's my opinion. But for the time being, you're not going to get my conservative support because he does not meet my conservative judgment and principles, and that's part of the problem that I have with this whole thing.
The National Republican Governors Association was a big, heavy advertiser on our YouTube channel and stuff like that. We like that. Thank you, Haley. But I think that it's going to be hard. I mean, look, Palin is such a superstar, and she's really building her whole platform and everything like that. And especially when you see great women like Carly and other people that she supported, Nikki, Haley, and all this stuff. I mean, she's really getting a lot of chits out there. She is the number one fundraiser, or at least one of the top fundraisers on the Republican Party. So she has a lot of chits that she can cash in here. And I think that anyone who underestimates her is out of their mind. Now the insiders hate her.
Of course they do.
Meghan McCain, of course, because of what she represents, which is new, fresh, and not their control.
You think McCain still hates her?
Meghan McCain does.
Oh, Meghan McCain. I thought you said McCain, and
No, Meghan McCain. John, so. And of course, but she was silenced before the primary, of course.
Right.
You know how that goes.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the thing is, I want to just go back just very quickly before we talk about this race, because I think people want to handicap the race. I have a lot of information on that. Look, whether it's David Harmer, whether it's anybody, it's not about any kind of, at least for me personally, and I think I speak for Dave, any kind of personal anything or whatnot like that. If someone comes to me, if the Harmer campaign comes to me tomorrow, and you're probably the same way and says, you know what, John, we're sorry about X, Y, and Z or whatever like that, or we just want to get our message out and sit down and have a fair hearing with you, and why don't you do an interview with us and have the cameras rolling? That'd be great. I'd give them a total interview. Yeah. We would sit there and I'd ask them questions. And all you're asking, and all I'm asking, and because we owe it to our audience, is sit down and answer some questions. They're not going to be pre-screened. They're not going to be pre-scripted. And we'll just see where you come out. And if you say things that I like, if I believe in where you're coming from, I'm all for you, man. And my level of support is going to be based upon what I think where you're really at. And I think that's all you're saying, Dave.
Well, and in the case of that, it would take much more than that, because my disagreement is fundamental, and it's a violation of basic conservative values. And in order to fulfill those conservative values that I hold, he would have to withdraw from the race, and he's not going to do that. So I don't see that happening.
But in terms of this race right here, the national races and stuff like that, I think we're looking at huge gains for conservatives. And I think that no matter what party you are, I mean, Tea Party, whatever like that, conservative or Republican, whatever, I think that, the Tea Party and true conservatives, whatnot, and the outsiders have had enormous gains this election. Enormous.
Yeah.
More than anyone expected. And they might keep coming with Christine O'Donnell there in Delaware. I'm going to be focusing on that. I think similarly, the Republicans have a good chance to get the House. I think the Senate is on the verge, 50-50, right? I mean, this is right now, as it stands today. It's going to move.
Without the October surprise, which we all know is coming.
Of course.
We all, who knows?
Right.
So a lot of folks out there have floated this idea. What do you think of this idea? Michael Steele, as a Republican national chairman, has been, I'll be kind, an epic fail as chairman of the Republican. What do you think of Sarah Palin possibly being the chair of the Republican National Committee?
If she wants to do that, I think she'd be enormously effective. She's a great face of the party. She's a great communicator. She's a huge fundraiser, which they need. There's no doubt about it. And that's the thing, too, with the whole Republican Party. I mean, at the end of the day, the RNC and the CRP, bottom line, they're pretty much fundraising organizations. I mean, seriously, I know candidates, I know people that are elected that couldn't give a flying blank about what anyone in the CRP or even the RNC says or whatever like that, because it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you're either going to get money from them or you're not. You're getting help from them or you're not. And you have to go get elected. And if you can get elected on your own, you don't need anybody else. You don't, quote unquote, owe anybody else.
Which the paradigm now with the likes of Meg Whitman, Carly Fiorina, Steve Poizner.
Self-funded.
Why do they even need a party?
And you see what Meg has done. Meg doesn't care whatsoever.
Right.
Carly's nice and whatever, but she has her own thing. And those two have built great teams. I think Carly's team is just fantastic. I think Meg, started off one way and she's kind of modulated and adjusted, and it's cost her a lot of money. But she's getting there too. And look, I mean, I think
should stop changing her message.
Well, and you look at Karl Rove and you look at Dick Morris and others that are basically, building out structures, their own RNCs, if you will, their own, independent organizations. And I think that's where this is going to go. And that's where I came back with you, and full circle. It's about building the platform, my friend. And we're going to have our own platform.